Energy's been doing very well against the righties. Just 235 for the righties, but the lefties, look at that number, 429. Hitters like Nick Markakis and Aubrey Huff can pose a problem if he doesn't work on them a little bit harder tonight.
So Phil Hughes, moment of contemplation before he faces this Oriole team. A lot of pressure on Hughes. Chien-Ming Wang hovering, almost ready to come back, and that's the spot in the rotation that Chien-Ming Wang would assume. So Phil Hughes knows if he pitches well, he'll make that decision very hard for the Yankees. Maybe they move him into the bullpen. Maybe they keep him in the rotation. Or maybe they send him down to Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He's ready. Brian Roberts is ready. And let's do it here at the stadium. And the first pitch is upstairs, 1-0. Brian, 6 hits in his last 18 at-bats. Want to keep him off base. He has 35 stolen bases lifetime against the Yanks. High fly ball, right field. Nick Swisher circling underneath it, puts it away for the first out. Let's look at the game time weather conditions presented by our good friends at Bigelow Tea. 73 degrees, 29% humidity, 14 miles per hour is the wind, and the forecast is for clear skies.
Just a beautiful day today in the city. Walking around a bit. And Swisher wearing the pink wristbands. And I noticed another thing about Swisher tonight. He's wearing his pants a little differently out there in right field.
Anything to change luck. He's 2 for his last 28.
The knee highs on tonight.
Here's Adam Jones. Foul back. So you had a nice walk around the city?
Oh, it was great today, Michael. What a beautiful day. See the numbers on Adam Jones. He's actually missed a few games lately. He was back in the lineup last night. He had hamstring problems for a little while.
IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. And the 1-1. There's a strike. Home plate umpire is Bruce Dreckman. There's Bruce. Adam 1 for 4 last night. And the 1-2 from Hughes. Well, he is geeked up. A lot of pitches up in the zone. Good fastballs. Count 2-2.
Concentrate on Kevin Cash's glove. Hit the target.
Paul Emmels the first base ump. Angel Campos at second. And the crew chief, Gary Darling, is over at third. Swing and a miss. Blew right by him. 94-mile-an-hour cheese from Phil Hughes. Let's take a look at the Yankees defense, brought to you by Home Depot. You don't need defense when you strike people out, but he's not going to strike out everybody. So he has Damon in left, Cabrera in center, Swisher in right. Infield, Rodriguez, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. That's third and first. Cervelli behind the plate. And on the mound is Phil Hughes.
Hughes, the first 2 hitters, establishing his fastball. Let's see what he does with Markakis, the number 3 hitter in the lineup, and the good hitter at that.
Pitch is low and away. Markakis in a little bit of a slide for him. 4 hits in his last 19 at bats. But you don't want him up there when there are runners on base in scoring position. 19 for 46 in those spots. Orioles are obviously building around him and Adam Jones and Brian Roberts. They have Markakis and Roberts signed to long-term contracts. Jones still under control for them. Young player. Breaking ball is outside. You can see early on that Phil Hughes has some giddy up on the fastball. Foul back.
I think Phil Hughes is well aware of how important this start is for him personally. Now, of course, if he gets no decision, the Yankees win the game, everybody will be happy if he performs pretty well to that point where he has kept the team in the ballgame. But eventually you want to start winning games yourself as a starting pitcher. He had a no decision, and the Yankees won in his last start.
Swing and a miss. What an impressive inning. Another good fastball by Phil Hughes as he strikes out 2. A 94-mile-an-hour piece of cheese that Markakis could not catch up with. The Orioles go down 1-2-3. Ball batting 6th, playing right field, Nick Swisher. Robinson Cano at 2nd, Melky Cabrera in center, and Kevin Cash will catch him that night.
Just turned 30 years old. Jeremy Guthrie on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. This will be his 9th start. He's got a record of 3-3. His ERA is somewhat elevated for him. 53 hits in 46 2/3 innings, and opponents are hitting .283. Let's check out our Jeep pitcher scouting report. Leads the Orioles in wins with 3. His ERA on the road is nothing to write home about, but he's got a plus fastball. That's his best pitch. Up there 95, 96 at times.
So Derek Jeter's going to start it off. Derek is 6 for his last 19, 9 for his last 27, average up to 276. And there was a strike. Has 260 hits lifetime against the Orioles.
And I believe that's the most for any active player. At the 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Jeremy Guthrie. Guthrie was the opening day pitcher in Baltimore and got the win against the Yankees, and then he lost to the Yankees in Baltimore on May the 8th. He ran into CC Sabathia twice. Second time Sabathia shut out the Orioles.
CC, who's now 4-3. Ground ball is short. And Dino. And there's one away. Let's take a look at the entire Orioles defense, brought to you by Home Depot. In the outfield, it's Reimold, Jones, and Markakis. That's left to right. Infield, Mora and Dino Robertson, Huff. And Moeller is behind the plate. Mora and Huff, obviously 3rd and 1st. And Adam Jones has 3 outfield assists this season. He's next to a guy, Markakis, who led the majors in outfield assists last year.
Yeah, I think Markakis has 4 and is leading again this year. And I've been told that Nolan Reimold in left field that they just called up throws as well as both of them. So they've got some strong outfield arms out there.
Count 2-0 on Damon. Damon 13 RBIs in his last 12 games. 28 career home runs against the O's. He has another hitting streak going 4 games in a row. Pitch outside. There's a lot of debate about Jeter leading off and Damon moving to the 2nd spot. Well, it's paid off for Damon, but Jeter in leading off games is 5 for 30 this year. That's 167, so he's not exactly getting on. And the purpose of having him lead off was to have the left side of the right side of the infield open, because the first baseman would be holding him on for Damon, and also to go lefty, 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 righty, lefty, righty when the lineup becomes circular. But Brett Gardner's not batting ninth now, so you wonder if they'll revisit that, Kenny, and flip-flop him again.
Well, I think as long as the team is winning, you don't want to tinker all that much, no matter what one of your players is doing. So the rest of the 8 could be clicking.
Right. And Johnny Damon works a walk. Now here's Mark Teixeira. Well, with A-Rod in the lineup, Teixeira 14 for 41. That's 341, 6 homers and 15 ribbies, and he's walked 6 times. See what he's done in his last 4 games. Alex Rodriguez on deck. Yankees are 9-2 since Rodriguez returned, and he returned against Jeremy Guthrie in the Orioles and hit a home run on Guthrie's first pitch that he saw. There's a strike.
You know, Michael, we had talked about what was going to happen when A-Rod returned to the team. We talked about this a few days before he even showed up. We talked about we thought he would energize the team, even if he didn't play well. Well, he's not really.
That one's driven out deep to left center field, giving chase. Adam Jones. He's on the run. He's on the track. He'll have to play it out the base of the wall. Here comes Damon. Here's the throw. He's in there. An RBI double for Teixeira, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
I'd like to see what the pitch was to Teixeira. Was it a fastball? Yes, it was. I'll tell you, he's been getting more fastballs with A-Rod behind him. You can see that Adam Jones, even with his speed, can't get to it. He made it close to the plate because he came up with the Karen quickly. They got the ball back in to Andino, who makes a strong throw, but it's offline, and Johnny David scores standing up. And just like that, it's 1-0 Yankees. The one-out walk comes in to score. Teixeira not wasting any time, jumping on that first heater that he saw.
It's really no coincidence, because they don't want another runner on base with Alex Rodriguez coming up. And here is Alex Rodriguez. And there's a strike now. The lineup is interconnected from one spot to the next, and the fact that Matsui's been slumping means that A-Rod isn't getting great pitches to hit. That's what Mark Teixeira was telling me today. He said, yeah, his average isn't high, but he's taking walks. They're not giving him that many pitches to hit. Matsui has to make them pay for pitching to A-Rod or not pitching to A-Rod. We mentioned that A-Rod didn't have much spring training, and the first pitch that he saw was from Jeremy Guthrie. He tried to sneak a 97-mile-an-hour fastball by him, and he hit it into the seats at Camden Yards. Count 2-1.
And we'll look back at this first pitch to the welcome back A-Rod. Barely had to sign up, and he had the ball up in the air and headed for the bleachers in left center field. And that was a 3-run homer in Baltimore. Look out.
That got him.
Yep.
So tried to come inside. First base is open. Not saying he did it on purpose, but he's trying to move A-Rod off the plate, and he clips him on the way by, so it's first and second with 1 out.
Well, A-Rod's got the elbow pad on it. I think it just glanced it, but it's a good thing he's wearing it. We were talking about energizing the team, Michael, as we see A-Rod headed down to first base after being hit by. I think it's safe to say his presence in the lineup has energized the team, and certainly energized Mark Teixeira, who bats in front of him.
It's hard to argue the point. I don't think it's a coincidence that Teixeira's taken off. The Yankees are 9-2, and A-Rod's still not hitting the way A-Rod's going to hit.
You see, but I think we both agree just his presence would energize the team, no matter what he did.
Here's Matsui. And there's a strike from Guthrie.
Yeah, here's what you're talking about. Matsui has to make him pay.
Yep.
For either walk or pitching him around him or just putting him on.
Matsui is 3 for his last 14.
Tell you what, in most parks, the ball that Teixeira hit, that's going to be a home run. Most places. Certainly in Baltimore would have been back in the bullpen.
Teixeira now has 31 ribbies. 19 of his 34 hits have been for extra bases. I asked him today, Kenny, when everything was going poorly for you, did you ever second guess, coming here? He goes, I love putting on this uniform. This is just the way I imagined it was going to be. He said, and the fans booing me, I was booing myself. He said, I want to do better than that. That should be 2. There's 1. And on to first, it's a double play. So Matsui hit the ball hard, but right at Brian Roberts to start a 4-6-3 double play. Yankees get a run. 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. Teixeira with another ribby. Yankees with another lead, 1-0 as we go to the second. Bats.com. Get your authentic grass from the house that Ruth built. It's Fleet Week here in New York City. A lot of the sailors have made their way to Yankee Stadium to take on the Yankees and the Orioles game. Got their free Yankee caps. It's cap day today. And Aubrey Huff will lead off against Phil Hughes. And there's a strike to Huff.
So far tonight, Phil Hughes is using his fastball. He's only thrown a few breaking balls so far. There's a 2-seamer, sinker. Okay.
And the count 2-1. Hughes had an impressive first inning, a fly ball by Roberts to right, then a strikeout of Jones and Markakis. Had a good live fastball. 2-1. There's a strike.
Saw Kevin Cash shift his whole body to the outside corner, and Hughes did not disappoint.
Calling for another fastball. The 2-2. Foul ball. Yankee starters have done a job during the 7-game winning streak. They have a 2.98 ERA during that streak. And the game's kind of simple when you get good starting pitching.
Starting pitching is usually the engine of the team. It gets it going, and then the offense is the fuel.
Swing and a miss. Another fastball. 3 strikeouts in a row for Phil Hughes.
What do you call this, Michael? High cheddar?
Mozzarella?
Mozzarella's not quite as sharp. He's headed back to the bench in a huff after this swing and a miss, strike 3.
As Phil was moving up in the Yankee system, all you heard about was this blistering 95, 96 mile an hour fastball. We've never seen that. And although he's got flashes of brilliance, it's never been overpowering. He's a good pitcher. He's got a lot of pitches that he could use. But this is the first time we've seen him dominating with his fastball. Like, here it is, hit it.
Coming out setting the tone.
Well, last time out against the Orioles, he did not do a good job. That was on May 9th. He lasted an inning and 2/3, gave up 8 runs.
You know what the good thing about this is? You know, he's gotten 4 hitters out. He's almost used exclusively fastballs. You know, he's used a 2-seamer, a sinker, maybe a breaking ball or 2. But what happens is the next time around, he can give it a little bit different look. The next time through the order. When they're sitting on the gas, all of a sudden you get that good sharp breaking ball or that good cutter that he's developed. Or maybe an occasional changeup.
Well, the pitchers on our staff, Al Leiter and David Cohn, say that you want to get through the first time around the order just throwing fastballs, because then you can do what you just said. You're not emptying out your bag of tricks in the first and second inning, and you have nothing to show them after. And the 1-2. Mora spoiled that high fastball. Well, he feels good about his fastball today. You can see Cash does as well.
Keeps calling it. I'll have to ask Joe Girardi if this trend continues here. If this was the game plan going in. You know, they're stopping messing around with the other pitchers, falling behind in the count.
That time he threw a breaking ball and it's ripped past A-Rod down the left field line. Mora rounds first. He's going to second. Johnny Damon didn't handle the ball cleanly, so Mora has himself a double. First hit for the Orioles. So he goes to a breaking ball there, and Mora's all over it.
Now, one reason he was all over it, but if you look at the location, the target certainly was down and away, but the ball broke towards the middle of the plate. A-Rod with the headlong dive couldn't come up with it. Johnny Damon has trouble coming up with it. But it's a 2-base hit for Melvin Mora with 1 out here in the second inning. Talking to A-Rod today about does he have any limitations in the field. He says no, he feels pretty good. That's why he's going out and playing defense in the field. Only once has he been the designated hitter.
Joe Girardi was talking before A-Rod got here that he was going to have to rest him every now and then. A-Rod doesn't want to rest. Ty Wigginton takes a pitch outside. Foul back. Wigginton won for his last 11.
Draws the role of the DH today as Mora stands at second base. It was only his second double of the year. He spent some time on the DL.
And since coming off the DL on April 28th, not really hitting the way he could. He's 18 for 72 after that double. That's not Melvin Mora.
Last year he put together a second half that was unbelievable after the All-Star break.
Foul back.
You know, one thing we see from Hughes by him throwing so many fastballs, he's in the attack mode.
Count 2-2. That's what Kenny was talking about post All-Star break. 376. Popped up. Cano backpedals, coming in Swisher. And Swisher makes the play. 2 outs. Let's look at the American Airlines upcoming schedule. One more game against the Orioles. That's on May 9 tomorrow at 7. And the world champion Phillies coming to town. They've been red hot as well. Friday on Yes at 7. Saturday we turn it over to Fox at 4:10. And then Sunday back at Yes on 1 o'clock at the start. Phillies have been great on the road as well, 13-4. Here's Nolan Reimold. Now, this upcoming weekend is going to be one of those strange weekends, trying a fan's patience and mindset. Yankee fans are going to have to root for the Mets because the Mets are playing the Red Sox. And Met fans are going to have to root for the Yankees because the Yankees are playing the Phillies. There's no other way around it. As much as you might hate that team, you've got to root for them.
That's an old New York weekend, yeah. So nice that they named it twice.
Interleague play and wild card make for strange bedfellows. The 0-1. 1-1.
We're talking about Reimold's numbers at AAA. Got him called up to the big leagues. 394 with 9 home runs, 27 runs batted in 31 games. And with the injury to Luke Scott, who's on the disabled list with a bruised shoulder, which was suffered in the game against the Yankees, and diving back to first on a pickoff attempt. They went down and called up Reimold, even though they had Felix P.A. on their bench.
And you can see they don't want to have Reimold sitting on the bench up here. That's why he's starting against a right-hander rather than P.A.
I think he started every game since he got called up.
And that makes sense. If he's one of your better prospects, don't call him up here to sit. And the 3-1. So Reimold walks. First walk issued by Hughes. And that'll bring up Chad Moeller.
We saw Chad Moeller last year in the Yankee uniform, backup catcher. Did a pretty good job with the Yankees last year, handling the pitching staff. You can see his overall numbers: 1 home run, 1 run batted in. But I looked at his numbers against the Yankees while playing for other teams. He's had 30 career at bats against the Yankees. He's got 13 hits. It works out to a .433 average. That's in 12 games.
Hughes deals a strike.
And I mean, when you look at his overall numbers, and Moeller hasn't been that good a hitter against other teams.
Laced down the right field line. It's a foul ball. Kept slicing and finally sliced foul. Backup catcher, helping the backup catcher. Moeller 1 for 9 this year with runners in scoring position.
Dave Tremblay, you see the manager of the Orioles. With the Orioles lost last night here to the Yankees, they are down 7 games under 500. And it's their low water mark of the year. Second time they've been there.
And the 0-2. Right back up the middle, off of Hughes. It caroms out to Jeter. Jeter to first, and they just get Moeller and you score that 1-6-3. And the Yankees hope that Phil Hughes is okay, and he walks off the mound without a limp. Take another look as Moeller with a hot shot up the middle, hit him off the foot, caromed out to Jeter. Jeter charges and fires and gets him, and the Orioles strand 2. Time only, get down with the refreshingly retro flavor of Pepsi Throwback, made with natural sugar. September 26, 1961, Roger Maris hit his 60th home run of the season off the Orioles' Jack Fisher.
And of course that tied Babe Ruth's record, and Roger went on to hit the home run off Tracy Statler to the Red Sox, his 61st of the year, to break the record on the final day of the season.
Nick Swisher swings at the first pitch and grounds it foul.
And this is Jack Fisher. Looked like a high breaking ball. They went far in those days too. And then, of course, that was right across the street at the old stadium.
Count 0-2. Rogers, number 9, retired. Swisher has 2 hits in his last 28 at bats. His average has plummeted to 230 after a great start. Actually kept the Yankees afloat in the early weeks.
You know, I was just looking at the video of Roger Maris hitting that home run, and I'm wondering, how could I watch baseball like that? You look at the picture getting HD now, and you think about black and white. You know what I mean?
That was LDTV, little definition.
If any definition.
Yes. 1-2.
Modern technology. You wonder if there'll be that much of a jump. How many? What's it been? 50 years?
Yeah.
That much of a jump 50 years from now.
I hope we're here to see it.
Well, maybe you.
And the 2-2. Foul away. Obviously, Nick Swisher likes road cooking.
Where do the Yankees go next?
Texas.
Texas. That's good hit ballpark.
And the count now full at 3-2. Nick Swisher always seems to be at 3-2. Robinson Cano is on deck. This is his 38th full count of the year.
You mentioned Swisher might be trying to change his luck the way he wears his pants tonight, jacked up to the knees. Maybe give the umpires a little better look at the knee-high strike.
Three-2. Driven out to right field and deep. Going back, Markakis. Track, wall. See ya. Home run, Nick Swisher. That's his first at the stadium. He socked it to the Orioles. And the Yankees lead 2-0.
Now this is his only second RBI at the stadium. Tried to get in on the hands, and Dick would have none of it. Line drive into the lower deck for a home run. The leg kick. Pulls the hands in. Gets the bat. Wow, he really pulled the hands in.
That elbow was against the side of his body. He pulled it in so much.
And he let go with his top hand. He just got good wood on it. That's the 9th home run for Swisher, and also the 9th home run that Guthrie has allowed this year.
A lot of relief on his face. He has been laboring here in the Bronx. Big smile. Finally. Nine home runs, 23 ribbies. Cano skies it down the left field line foul.
Sometimes good deeds are rewarded. Swisher was a big part of the ceremony prior to the game. We saw these wristband, pink wristband. And he was there to catch the first pitch from Polly Tompkins as she threw out the first ball tonight.
one's driven deep to right field. Markakis back. He's on the track. He leaps. See ya! The Yankees go back-to-back. First Swisher, then Cano. They lead 3-0.
Now this is Cano's 7th home run of the year. And this is more of a high fly ball to right field as opposed to the line drive by Swisher. 6th time the Yankees have gone back-to-back this season. And for Cano, that's his 11th career home run against Baltimore. He also has 11 against Boston. And that's the most he's hit against any opponents.
Here's Melky Cabrera. Inside. 1-0.
Well, we told you last night that the Yankees are second in the league in home runs, and the Orioles lead the league in giving them up.
And a strike. Count 2-1. Yankees now have 63 home runs. Not much to smile about for the Oriole manager, Dave Tremblay. That one's driven deep to right. Looking up, Markakis. See ya! Back-to-back home runs by the Yankees, and they now lead 4-0. Triple the pleasure here at the stadium.
Has been unleashed here in the second inning. That was a hanging breaking ball, and Melky with his 5th home run of the year. And this was longer than the previous 2. Actually made it into the second deck. And Texas, wow.
Here's Cash. There's a strike. 5th home run of the year for Melky. And his 20th ribby.
By the way, the Yankees have taken over the league lead in home runs. Texas came into the night 1 ahead of the Yankees.
Cash has 1 hit and 10 at bat so far for the Yanks. Eleventh time in franchise history that the Yankees have hit 3 consecutive home runs. Missed outside. Last time it was done, 2005, Sheffield, A-Rod and Matsui. As Cass goes down on strike, so Guthrie finally gets it out.
Picks up his first strikeout in the process.
And Brian Bass throwing in the Oriole bullpen. That's the first time the Yankees have had a 3-home run inning since July 12th of 2007. Those were not in a row. Jeter grounded to short in the first inning. It's a tough lineup to negotiate, especially when the 7, 8, 9 hitters take you out over the wall.
It's going to get tougher when Posada gets back, and we saw him prior to the game working in a bullpen. Remember when Posada left, he had 20 runs batted in. He was among the team leaders. There's Jorge. Saw him running yesterday. Today he was catching out the bullpen and testing that hamstring.
Jeter grounds one to second. Nice hop for Roberts. Those two away. Pitch to Johnny Damon's outside. 1-0.
Tell you what, the way the Yankees are pounding the home run ball right now, if you're an opposing pitcher, you really got to concentrate on hitting your spots with your fastball and not hanging anything breaking. Because right now with this lineup, even if you miss your target by a few inches towards the middle of the plate, well, you got a good chance of not getting the ball back.
High fly ball left field. Reimold is there, and they'll put it away for the final out. But the Yankees do some damage with 3 home runs. Nick Swisher gets a big hug from the Yankees honorary Batgirl, and then he delivers a home run. Then Robert Andino leads off, and the first pitch from Hughes is low 1-0. On the Modell scoreboard, it's 4-0 Yankees. Modell's the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees.
Hughes has a nice cushion to work with here. 4-0 lead. His teammates have supported him with runs, and now it's up to him to make them stick.
There's a strike. It'll be 9-1-2 in the order against Hughes, Andino, Roberts, and Jones. So the Yankees with a power surge here in the Bronx. That one's driven out to right field. Giving chase is Nick Swisher. He's going to turn and play it off the auxiliary scoreboard. He fires the ball into second, but the throws off target as Andino gets a double.
Robin Andino's first extra base hit of the season. He'd been 6 for 27. This is a double. Got a fastball in the middle of the plate and drilled it to right center off the auxiliary scoreboard behind Nick Swisher. And Andino, who is a backup middle infielder, playing at shortstop tonight. Cesar Torres still out with the tender groin area. It's a leadoff double.
Roberts tries a drag bunt but misses. Count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside.
Well, now you begin the top of the order in the second time through, and I don't believe he threw Roberts a breaking ball first time up.
Rip foul.
All right.
A souvenir for Fleet Week.
Yeah, get off a ship, get a baseball.
Chopper over the mound, going to be a base hit. Roberts picks up a single and Dino moves to third. Once it got over the head of Hughes, with the speed of Roberts, they didn't have much chance.
Well, a solid hit, and now an infield single. Well, that ball was almost in the dirt. Roberts hit on top of it, bounced it over the mound in front of Cano. Curveball almost hit the dirt, and he swings at it and gets himself a base hit.
Well, what a pitcher wants to do is put a shutdown inning on after the team scores a lot of runs. And Hughes in danger now, giving some of those runs back. First and third, nobody out. Here's Adam Jones. And the pitch outside, 1-0.
Jones has developed into a very good player in a short period of time for these Orioles. For those of you who were tuned into the batting practice show today, Kim Jones had a chance to, or the pregame show I should say, she had a chance to talk to Adam Jones.
Warner goes from first. Foul away.
I was right the first time. It was on the batting practice show. And one of the things that came up during that interview is that Jones polishes his own shoes, and it's not the ones he has on right now, but the ones he had on the pregame were quite spiffy.
I polish my own shoes. Kim doesn't do a pregame story on me.
You don't play center field, right?
1-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Paul Emmel punches him out. So Jones out swinging. Fourth strikeout of the game for Hughes.
Yeah, second time that Jones is gone, and yeah, I got to agree. And here's the problem here. You see, watch what he does. He leaves the bat out here. You got bring it back. You know, you don't let the umpires have a good long look at it. You know, if the umpire sees it, of course he's going to call that. You got to bring it back. You can't present the evidence that well, you know.
Here's Nick Markakis, always trouble with runners on base, and Hughes does the old fake to third, fake to first, out of the Jeff Nelson playbook.
And Markakis is hitting .413 with runners in scoring position.
19 for 46.
You know, one thing that he has done differently that I've seen when he first came up, Markakis used to hold his hands a lot lower, almost down near his waist, and a lot of pitchers would throw the high fastball by him, and he couldn't get the bat up to get to it. Now watch where he holds his hands now. He holds them a little higher as the throw goes over to first. Check it on Roberts, but he holds them a little higher, and that enables him to get to the high fastball. He still, that's not the pitch that he really likes. He likes the ball down, but holding his hands a little bit higher now. You can see just maybe a little bit lower than shoulder height. This game is all about making adjustments. There's the Orioles fine hitting coach, Terry Crowley, was with the Minnesota Twins before he came to Baltimore. A native of Staten Island.
Great nickname, King of Swing.
King of Swing. He got that years ago as a pinch hitter off the bench. Did a very good job.
108 lifetime pinch hits. Fouled over the screen to count 2-1.
Came off the bench in the World Series in 1979. Got a big double. Three River Stadium against the Pirates. Big rally late in the, I think it was game 4 of the World Series. Orioles won that game. Went up 3-1. Couldn't win another game.
How ironic is it, Kenny, that the batting coach for the Orioles was a great pinch hitter, and the Orioles are the only team in baseball without a pinch hit. They are 0 for 16 this year.
That's as my former teammate and the late Pat Kelly used to say, that's one of the phenomenals of baseball.
Runner goes from first again, and it's fouled out. Let's take a look at tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Verizon Fios, over 100 HD channels and the fastest internet. This is Fios, this is big. Adam Eaton with a close to 80 ERA against Jabba Chamberlain. Eaton's 2-4. Chamberlain's 2-1, and our coverage begins at 7 on line 9. Chien-Ming Wang, not yet active, but he threw for Dave Island and manager Joe Girardi yesterday. They like the movement on his pitches, a lot of sink. Runner goes again. Breaking ball strike. Throw to second. Bobbled by Jeter. And they have Robertson a run down. He's tagged out. And that's a double play. So a strikeout of Markakis. And then Cash guns down Roberts. 2-6-3. Things are not going well for the Orioles. No runs, a hit. Pitch and pops it up to center. Adam Jones puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out. On the Modell's scoreboard, the Yankees are leading this one 4-0. And Modell's is the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees.
Here's that last play. Well executed by the Yankees. First Cash's throw to Jeter. Watch Jeter look at the runner at third. He's not going, so he figures to get the ball to Teixeira. Tag Roberts out before Andino can cross home plate to get the double play. And it was well executed. Well done.
Just retiring Markakis in an RBI situation is an accomplishment, and then getting out of the jam without allowing a run. Count 2-0 to A-Rod.
Before the game, A-Rod was concentrating on hitting the ball to right center field. And he was hitting several shots into the seats, a couple into the bleachers in right center. All his home runs have been pulled this year, so he's working on hitting that ball on the outer third of the plate now for distance. And what he had in his hands, he was using a 40-ounce bat, so he could even more so hit the ball, drive the ball the other way instead of his usual lighter bat.
And he works a walk. So he's hit by a pitch today and also walked. Hey, it's time for the Toyota text poll. Tonight's question is, what is the most memorable Yankees-Orioles moment at Yankee Stadium? You can text your vote to 58772. Standard text messaging rates apply. Let's check it out. Roger Maris' 60th home run. We showed you that already. Mickey Mantle's 500th. Thurman Munson's tribute game. Jeffrey Mayer catch. And Alex Rodriguez's walk-off grand slam.
How are you supposed to pick between those?
I will predict which one will win, though. Internet. Younger people use the internet. It'll be the Jeffrey Mayer catch.
All right, so
it's not even the internet; it's cell phone because it's texting.
So, how about the Thurman Munson tribute game?
That was an amazing game.
Yeah, well, I was in that game. That's why I'm picking that one.
Do you know how to text?
Of course I do.
That's right. You've texted me.
I saw the phone you had last year. I had to go out and get one.
And now you're a text maniac.
Oh. More so than Teixeira.
That one's driven out to deep center. Adam Jones back, still back. And he'll make the play. A-Rod was all the way to second, and he heads back to first. What a throw by Adam Jones all the way from deep center on the fly, and he almost nabbed Alex Rodriguez. What a throw.
All right, first of all, he has to drift back. Gets himself in position to throw, loads up, and as Michael's, whoo!
Wow.
On the money. A couple of steps from the warning track in center field. And he might have the third best arm out there.
That's impressive. If A-Rod's not hustling back, he gets doubled up and gets embarrassed. Here's Nick Swisher. Now, Swisher had a home run in the second that started the string of 3 straight homers. And it was Swisher's first extra base hit at home since he doubled here on April 19th. Count 1-0.
Let's see if this home run gets him off the schneid. He starts swinging here at the stadium like he was on the road, or has been on the road.
Count 2-1.
You notice that Guthrie's trying to keep everything away. Guthrie, I think we mentioned this in earlier telecasts. He's a graduate of Stanford University, speaks Spanish fluently. I was in the Oriole clubhouse yesterday, and he was doing a Spanish language interview.
And Swisher works a walk. So 3 walks and a hit batter by Guthrie. And that'll bring up Robinson Cano.
Now, of all the 3 home runs, this had the most hang time. This is a high fly ball. You can see Markakis trying to time a lead, but that had about 4 rows back. And you got to believe that was a home run across the street. Same general area with the distance.
Cano rips one past the diving Roberts into right field. Here comes A-Rod. He'll score. Moving to third is Swisher. It's an RBI single for Cano, and the Yankee lead is now 5-0.
You know, one thing, if they're going to continue to walk A-Rod, the guys behind them have to make the pitcher eventually pay. And this time a base hit will drive him home. Send Swisher to third, who also walked, as Cano is now 2 for 2 and took a couple of runs batted in this game. Even the strong arm Markakis didn't have a play. And Cano came into the game hitting 296. He's back over 300 now with that 2 for 2.
Count 1-1 to Cabrera. Swisher's at third. Cano at first. 5-0 Yankees. I think that jumped up and hit Melky. He's trying to walk it off.
I think this ball comes up off the corner home plate, and
it's never good.
It's Melky. No, that's not good. Trying to catch his breath. Usually this something that's reserved for catchers. You don't need an interpreter for that.
Yeah, it's all fun and games when it's not happening to you. The 1-2. Rip foul.
Well, the Yankees have been partial to the big inning of late. The last couple of games, 7 runs last night, the 7th. They had 5 runs in the first. The day before against Minnesota was at 6. 6 runs in the first.
6, yeah.
Maybe not the big innings tonight, but they've scored in every inning.
It's almost biblical in the beginning. Swing and a miss, and Cabrera down on strikes. But the Yankees get a run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We've played 3 full here at the stadium. Alex Rodriguez has 49 career home runs against the Orioles, the second most since 54. Which players hit the most? We'll find that out in the bottom of the inning. Aubrey Huff leads off, and he fouls it back. As the sun sets in New York City, sort of a pinkish hue beyond the big scoreboard and the outfield. Kind of brush strokes of light red.
Over the years, we've seen Aubrey Huff with the then Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and now with the Baltimore Orioles. He's got 95 career runs batted in against the Yankees. It's the most by far against any team. So he's been a thorn in the Yankees' side the last few years. He's a good hitter. Last year drove in 108 runs.
He's one of the names being tossed around because the Mets are in desperate need of help at first base with the hip surgery that Carlos Delgado underwent. Nick Johnson, another name.
Yeah, Nick, former Yankee, good fielder.
He's having a really good year.
Good year, yeah. I think the only knock against Nick has been his health problems over the years, injury prone.
Huff chases a pitch out of the zone and strikes out. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your tri-state area Audi dealers. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. There's Melvin Mora. Hit sharply and a base hit through the left side. Moore is now 2 for 2 against Hughes.
Yeah, his road batting average is coming up. Remember a couple of years ago when Melvin's had the quintuplets, he and his wife, and we calculated what his numbers were overall, and he was really hitting a lot better on the road. Those kids are growing up, so he's hitting much better at home now. He's over 300 at home, but only 160 something on the road. Until tonight, he's 2 for 2. So times have changed.
And he's in the final year of his contract. It'll be interesting to see what the Orioles do. Here's Ty Wigginton. Ty won for his last 12.
A lot depends on who's on the free agent market. It depends on what the Orioles have in the minor leagues. And as much as I'm in tune to their ball club, I haven't heard much about infielders in their system. Pitchers mostly. Dave Tremblay, the manager's in the last year of his contract too.
Two-0. Breaking ball for a strike. Count 2-1.
You know, that might be the first breaking ball he's thrown Wigginton tonight. And it was a 2-0 count. You know, previous at bat, he got all fastballs just like everybody else. But now here's a look at the curveball. When he needed to get one over, he got it over for a strike.
That one's driven deep to left field. Damon back, track, wall, see ya. A 2-run home run for Ty Wigginton. And the Orioles are on the board. Yankee lead is now 5-2. And that's the first home run by the Orioles in 44 1/3 innings. Now Wigginton's 3rd homer of the season.
Let's see location. Oh, upper and inner third of the plate. About belt high, and Wigginton did miss. He's a good fastball hitter. And what I mean by that, when he can look for a fastball in a count, he's ahead on the count, and he gets one in a good location that he likes. Belt high, middle third of the plate, quick wristed, and gone.
And here's Reimold. He takes a strike.
That ball was well hit.
Knobbed in front of the plate and foul. Last home run before that one was at Kansas City. Aubrey Huff hit one off Gil Mesh. That's over 4 games ago.
Let's see if Hughes can regroup here after giving up the single, solid single, and then long home run. Remember, he struck out the first batter of the inning, Aubrey Huff. Fight his way back.
Ground ball to Jeter. And he gets Reimold for the second out. Here's Chad Moeller. Hit one off the foot of Hughes in the second. Ricocheted out to Jeter. Jeter fired to first to get Chad Moeller, who now pops it up. Cano calls off to Sherritt, and that'll do it here in the fourth. But 2 runs for the Orioles. 2 hits, the big blow off the bat of Ty Wigginton. So we played 3.5 at the stadium. We have time. Kevin Cash takes a strike from Jeremy Guthrie as the bottom of the fourth is underway. Yankees are up 5-2. Each team with 5 hits. Yankees with 3 solo home runs back to back to back in the second inning. And it was Cash who broke the string. Swisher, Cano, and Cabrera all homered. Then Cash struck out in the second. Popped up and out of play over the screen behind the plate.
The Yankees signed Cash as a free agent and certainly knows the division well, having played for both the Blue Jays and the Red Sox.
Popped up. Moeller puts it away for the first out. Time for the answer to the New York State Smokers Quit Line quiz. Alex Rodriguez has belted 49 career home runs against the Orioles. That's the second most since 1954 when they became the O's. Which player has the most home runs against that team?
It's the killer.
Norman Killebrew with 68.
Rod 49. Mickey Mantle had 44. The Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, had 42. And Al Kaline, a native of Baltimore, had 40.
Jeter fights one off, bloops it into shallow left, and Dino back will make the play. Now Alex, if my math serves me correctly, has 8 more years on his contract at 18 games a year against the Orioles. So that'll be 144 games, and then what they have remaining this year. So after this series, there'll be 9 more games. So he's going to have 153 games to get the 19 home runs to reach Killabrooke.
Done.
All-time 558. Next up is Reggie Jackson. And a nice easy inning for Guthrie as the Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. We go to the 5th at the stadium. Phil Hughes will take the mound with a 5-2 lead. Yankees lead 5-2, so there was a triple play, and with the 3 home runs in a row, a triple sleigh here in the Bronx. Robert Andino leads off.
Continue to watch, folks.
What do you mean? They might be turning off after that
Oh,
one?
my goodness. It's
Gets better, you mean?
that's not your best,
Now, the Yankees are having a little fun today before the game. This is a very loose team right now. We've seen the pie throwing and all that. And today they had a kangaroo court.
Yeah, I heard
And
about
the
that.
judge of the kangaroo court is Mariano Rivera. And a couple of the jurors were Derek Jeter, Johnny Damon. I think the stenographer was Xavier Nady. You know, little fines about things you did wrong. I think some of them were fined for on-field interviews as well, so I wonder if Kim Jones will get fined. The 1-2. Swing and miss. And Dino down on strikes on the breaking ball.
Hughes now with 7 strikeouts in the game. All of them are swinging. Early in the game, he went with the power, and now with the breaking stuff. Now, I know that the court had asked for some video evidence against certain Yankee players.
Really?
Yeah, I've been asked to supply some video evidence. And of course, you have to comply with the court order. And I am not naming names.
So they needed Swisher tape. Oh, also A.J. Burnett was a juror as well.
I'm not allowed to say. I don't want to,
This, I think, could be one of the infractions in the court.
It might have been. I
I
can't
think
say.
the fall down is what the fine is for.
Well, the actual jumping up on the wall when the Yankees had how many players on the disabled list already?
Roberts chases a high fastball. And that's strikeout number 8 for Phil Hughes.
That's a new career high for Phil Hughes. All 8 strikeouts of the swinging variety. The high heat. Quite impressive tonight.
He's got a good fastball. He had it since the first inning. Here's Adam Jones. There's a good breaking ball. The count 0-1.
Starting to show off the breaking ball a little bit more in the middle innings here.
About to throw his 80th pitch of the night. Now, Kim Jones has sources within the judicial system of the Yankees. And she said a couple of the fines were Alex Rodriguez was fined for missing part of the season. And Robbie Thompson, the Yankee third base coach, was fined for pushing Swisher back to third.
That happened in Baltimore.
Yeah. And the 1-2. Just missed.
Usually those fines add up during the course of the year, and they're usually dealt with in one way or another. They can give it all to a charity. That pitch didn't miss by that much. That was close. Or, they can have a team party towards the end of the year. Yeah.
That one's driven deep to left field. Damon back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. See ya. Solo home run, Adam Jones. And the Orioles have closed to within 5-3. Ninth home run of the year for Adam Jones.
Adam Jones leads the Orioles in homers with his 9th of the year. There's a breaking ball that was kind of up. Looked like a cutter. And Jones is turning into a very good high fastball, high breaking ball hitter. If you hang it, he'll bang it. And he is becoming a star player.
Came over from the Mariners in the Eric Bedard deal. Bedard was dreadful last year, but this year he's pitching better. And now a lot of people think he's trade bait. But right now the Mariners are still in it. Count 2-0 to Marquez.
And I mentioned that all the Orioles strikeouts tonight have been of the swinging variety. I missed one. Marquez actually struck out looking in the 3rd inning. So he is the Lone Ranger in that regard. For the lone Oriole.
Rangers are next week.
Yeah.
Yankees will go on the road after a weekend series against the Phillies. They'll play 3 games against Texas in Texas, and then 4 games against the Indians in Cleveland. The 3-0. There's a strike. Alfredo Aceves starting to do some stretching exercises. Right in on the fist of Marquez, so now the count is full. There's some stirring in the Yankee bullpen. Looks like somebody's going to start to warm. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Phil Hughes strikes out the side. He has a career high 9 strikeouts, but a little bit of damage by the O's. Adam Jones on a 2-2 breaking ball puts it into the seats. We're halfway through. Yankees up. Mark Teixeira takes a strike to start off the bottom of the 5th inning. The Yankees are up 5-3. Teixeira, A-Rod, and Matsui against Jeremy Guthrie.
Look out.
And Teixeira gets plunked and gets hit right in the back, and you can see he's not pleased. So A-Rod's gotten hit, and now Teixeira gets hit.
You know, one reason why I'd say there's no intent in this is because he's leading off the inning, although he missed the target by plenty. The target was low and away, and Teixeira takes it just above the hip. Nowhere you can go. Man, you just have to take it.
What could that be about, Kenny?
I have no idea. That Phil Hughes hasn't hit anybody tonight.
Yeah.
I just think you don't hit guys leading off an inning.
Lexus scoreboard, Yankees are leading 5-3, although the Orioles have out-hit the Yankees. Count 1-1. Seves continues to throw in the Yankee bullpen. And a strike from Guthrie. There's Alfredo. Joe already calls him Ace. Shortening his last name, not exactly a standing in the rotation.
Look out.
Count 2-2.
Tell you what, he's at least making the Yankees feel uncomfortable in the box here.
Grounded right back up the middle. That could be 2. There's 1. On to first. It's a 1-4-3 double play. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World. And by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Matsui swings and pops it up. And Adam Jones puts it away. So despite hitting a batter, he faces only 3. And we go to the 6th, the 7-pitch inning for Guthrie. Yankees are up by 2. throws in 5 innings. Let's take a look at them, and as we do, mark these Ks on your scorecard. And for a more delicious kind of K, try Green Mountain K-Cups from W.B. Mason. A perfect cup every time, a fresh cup when you want it. Of those 9 strikeouts, 8 of them were swinging, and most of them were on fastballs, and most of them, the Orioles were chasing out of the zone. Used to a lot of pitches, though. When you strike out a lot of people, you're going to throw a lot of pitches. Now, because of that, he's out of the game after 5 innings, and he can win the game. He can't lose it. The Yankees make the call to the bullpen, brought to you by AT&T. Your World delivered. Alfredo Aceves will take over.
A lot of grabbing pie tonight after swinging 3rd strikes and 1 called 3rd strike.
And the pitch to Aubrey Huff is a strike.
A little different look with Aceves, more of a control type pitcher, moving the ball around. You're right, Michael. The Orioles chased a lot of those fastballs.
Huff fouls it away. Booted by Juan Samuel. Just 1 walk for Phil Hughes, so that's impressive. 9-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And Aceves. Breaking ball is chopped to second. Tough hop for Cano. And he gets Huff for the first out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees.
Aceves, with his ability to go deep into ball games, actually he's a long man on the Yankee staff. He can do just about anything. He has the ability to go 2, maybe 3 innings, depending on how effective he is.
He really benefited from the string of walk-off wins for the Yankees because he pitched 1 inning in each of those games and was the pitcher of record when they scored the runs in the bottom of the inning, so he picked up 2 wins. Aceves' last 3 appearances, entering today 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, no runs, no walks. Ripped inside 3rd and down the left field line. Mora will round first. He's going to go for second. The throw from Damon is in plenty of time. And a great tag by Cano. You wonder where Mora was going with his team down 2. The play was right in front of him, but Kenny looks like he just ran on Damon's arm.
Well, he ran on Damon's arm, but you might not have a strong arm, but you can't be accurate. Mora rounded first, and you're right. If you're going to go, you got to be able to get in there standing up. And you can see, he's trying to call for time, but that's not going to matter. Damon's arm is not strong, but in this case, it is accurate. Accurate enough for Cano to make the tag. Yeah, he got him. He was out.
Pitch is a strike to Ty Wigginton. Let's take a look at the IOTV HD Super Shot. You see he tagged him on the helmet right before that left hand hit second base.
And Angel Campos, the second base umpire, was right there looking at the action.
Count 1-2. So Morris 3 for 3. A double and 2 singles. He tried to get 2 doubles to go along with 1 single, but gets thrown out. Looper into shallow left. That's going to dunk in front of Damon for a base hit. So Wigginton's 2 for 3 with that 2-out single. He traded a bat for a hit. Broken bat.
Wigginton's a good hitter. I mean, he's had 3 straight years of over 20 home runs, and sometimes that was in limited play.
Count 1-0. And a strike.
Yeah, I'm looking out at the Orioles bullpen, but there's nobody warming up in their pen, which leads you to believe that Guthrie's going to come out for the 6th inning. And we talked about the Oriole bullpen, how they usually, well, for no other term, they've been giving it up. So you can see where Dave Tremblay, the manager, even with the Orioles trailing, might want to stay with Jeremy Guthrie, who is his best pitcher. He doesn't want the Yankees to get any tack-on runs.
Pops it up.
Guthrie so far has thrown 89 pitches, so yeah, he's good for another inning, maybe 2.
Runner on first with 2 outs, top of the 6th. Yankees up 5-3. They led 5-0 after 3. And Reimold swings and misses, and that'll do it for the O's here in the 6th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. Things could have been different, but Mora tried for 2. Johnny Damon had other ideas. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Nick Swisher will lead off against Jeremy Guthrie. High fly ball, right field. Markakis is there, and there's 1 out. Time to take a look now at tonight's Toyota text poll. We'll get the answer. You've been texting to 58772. What's the most memorable Yankees-Orioles moment at Yankee Stadium? This is the voting. It was close. Thurman Munson 26%, Mantle 25%, Jeffrey Mayer 24%. That's our closest vote, yes. And Alex Rodriguez's walk-off 19%.
People from the 70s, they can text.
I guess. Well, that was an unbelievable moment in Yankee history.
Goodness.
Manny's Baez warming up.
The old stadium had a different feel that night. It was it's hard to describe. It was like a pall over the stadium. You know, following Thurman's death, and that was the first game the Yankees had played since that had happened. And it just so happened Baltimore was in town. I remember prior to the game, they made both teams come out to the foul lines in honor of the fallen captain of the Yankees.
Popped up left field. Reimold's there. 2 away. Time for an update from the major leagues. Let's get to Bob Lorenz in the studio. Thank you, Bob. A lot of concern that David Ortiz is definitely on the downside. Here it is, May 20th, and he hits his first home run of the year.
Off a left-hander, Brett Cecil, Toronto.
Here's Melky Cabrera. Fouled away. On the first 3 innings, Guthrie threw 74 pitches. Then in innings 4 and 5, he threw 15 combined. He's at 94 total right now.
Well, to finish off that story about the Thurman Munson game, and then of course our friend Bobby Mercer got the big hit that won the game.
And Andino puts it away. Another quick inning. An economical inning for Guthrie. He threw just 8 pitches. We go to the 7th. Yanks up by 2. Stadium this Memorial Day weekend when the world champion Philadelphia Phillies visit for a 3-game series beginning this Friday, May 22nd. Log on to Yankees.com or call 877-469-9849 to get your tickets today before they're gone. That should be a fun series. Well, we go to the 7th inning. Chad Molo leads off against Alfredo Aceves.
You got Ryan Howard, Shane Victorino, Jimmy Rollins, Raul Ibanez, Chase Utley. Got a good ball club. Did I miss anybody?
Jason Worth.
Jason Worth, yeah.
Driven out to left field. Damon there. 1 out. Phil Koch getting loose. Boy, whatever glass cleaner they use out there, I mean, it's the cleanest glass I've ever seen, the glass in the bullpen. Look at that. See reflection in it.
To watch the game.
You really could. Never a streak. Amazing. There's a strike. Yankees used Brian Bruni in the 8th inning yesterday. Looked good, threw 95 miles an hour. His first game back up to DL.
Makes you wonder if Joe Girardi's willing to use him 2 nights in a row right out of the box. I don't think so. I think he'll try and stay away from Bruni tonight. If he can. Say there's certainly a different. There's Brew out of the bullpen. Certainly a different look for the Orioles with Aceves in the game and his variety of off-speed pitches. Phil Hughes was featuring the fastball most of the night. Occasional breaking ball, but the fastball was his pitch of choice, and it was effective. It's an off-speed pitch.
Phil Hughes, Phil Cote, Brian Bruni, and Alfredo Aceves have all shaved their head. Sooner or later, we'll have to call them the Bald Brothers. Swing and a miss. On a changeup has Andino down on strikes. Or the cue ball crew, but he is putting up zeros right now.
You see the changeup grip look like a circle change, and here comes a good movement on it as well.
He's a big fan of those 3 relievers. And another big fan. Here's Brian Roberts. And a ground ball to Teixeira. Nice easy inning for Aceves. As the Orioles go down in order 1, 2, 3, and Aceves retires them on just 8 pitches. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, Yankees are up 5-3, but stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx. Thank you, Robert. In the bottom of the 7th inning at the stadium, 5-3. Yankees lead. Kevin Cash leads off, and there's a strike. Punched out towards second, on the ground, fielded there by Roberts, and there's one away. Boy, this is a different pitcher than the one at the beginning of the game. Yankees scored a run in the first, 3 in the second on the 3 home runs, and then a run in the third, but he has settled down since then, facing the minimum 10 batters over these last 3 in the third. Here's Derek Jeter. Jeter is 0 for 3. And the pitch is a strike. That one fouled away by Jeter. Well, they just announced the attendance here at the stadium on this beautiful Wednesday night. 43,903 fans. Yankees are averaging more fans per game than any team in baseball here at home. The 0-2. Outside, 1-2.
Guthrie has kept the Yankees from tacking on runs here and kept the game close, even though he's trailing by a score of 5-3.
Hey fans, after the final out, don't miss the Emmy Award-winning W.B. Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz is back in the studio to recap this game against the Orioles, as well as highlights from around the majors. Plus, Kimberly Jones has the quotes from the clubhouse. It's the W.B. Mason postgame. It's only on Yes. Cowboy.
Guthrie's still getting it up there pretty well, 95 miles an hour, so he is not giving away with his fastball. Usually pitchers, as they get towards the latter stages of the game, the starters, it's not unusual for them to drop down a couple of miles per hour.
Jeter battling.
And what also goes is their location. They have a tendency to drop a few in the middle of the plate. Don't have quite the same finish on their pitches. Guthrie, an All-American while he was at Stanford University.
Hit sharply on one up to Andino. He knocks it down and gets Jeter for the second out. The regular shortstop Cesar Estores out with a groin injury, and Andino's had some struggles at short.
Oh, he's lucky he had that one bounce where he could recover and still make the play. That's how hard Jeter hit the ball. Last night he made a big error and helped open the door for the Yankees in that 7th inning. And they scored 7 times.
Damon's had a good season so far, 0 for 2 tonight. He has a 4-game hitting streak coming into tonight, but he's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Guthrie has retired 8 in a row.
Guthrie's career record is 20-20. 9th time in his brief major league career he's been at 500.
Punched out towards center field. Adam Jones got a good jump, and he puts it away. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jeremy Guthrie. He has settled down, pitching very good baseball as we move to the 8th. It's 5-3 New York. on Yes. We're allowing you to vote along with the two of us here in the booth for the Chevrolet Player of the Game. Text your vote right now to 58772. Tonight's candidates are number 1, Phil Hughes, number 2, Melky Cabrera, number 3, Nick Swisher, and number 4, Robinson Cano. You can vote now, make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates apply. Well, we go to the 8th inning. Phil Koch is on the mound, on in relief of Alfredo Aceves. Jeremy Guthrie did a nice job after the first 3 innings. He settled down and mowed down the Yankees in order. Koch picked up his first save the other night on Monday against the Twins and really labored to get that save. And remarked about how difficult and different that 9th inning was from the 7th and the 8th. And Koch goes up and away 1-0. Koch has given up a run in 4 of his last 5 appearances.
The reason why he's in this inning because the next 2 hitters following Jones are left-handed with power.
Count 1-1.
We mentioned how Jones is off to a great start this year. He's hitting 18 of his last 21 games and was about 370 in the month of May. Look out!
He doesn't know where it is. Now he finds it, not in time. Couldn't make the throw. He looked up, he looked toward first, he looked down, and it was on the third base side. Gene Monahan, the Yankee trainer, and Joe Girardi quickly out.
Let's see if we can see where this gets him. I want to say his non-throwing arm. I think it hit him in the right arm. We'll get a better look here. Ooh, and wherever it hit him, it's going to leave a mark. And they're checking Phil Koch out right now to see if he's able to continue in this game. Remember, he's the only left-hander. He says okay. But they have in the bullpen right now. Man, that ball comes back there fast.
He was rocketed right up the middle, and he could not get out of the way, and then couldn't find the ball. So runner on first base, and here's Markakis, always dangerous. Yankees are up by 2. Markakis 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight. And that one's driven into center field. Melky Cabrera puts it away for the first out.
Joe Girardi might want to piece this inning together. He's got Veras up in the bullpen, and he's also got Mariano Rivera up in the bullpen. So is more a right-handed hitter. You might see Joe Girardi come out and make a move. Huff this year has struggled against lefties. 163 against left-handed pitching. You look at the opposing lineup, you look for a situation where you can bring in your lefty out of the bullpen. This is it. This is the inning that Koch was going to work following these 2 left-handed batters.
Huff with a high fly ball to right center. Melky Cabrera is there. He'll make the catch. Adam Jones tagged but didn't even bluff. So there are 2 away. Now does Girardi keep in Koch?
That pitch was right down the middle almost, and Huff missed it. He put a decent pass on it but didn't get it. Here comes Island out to talk to Koch. Is he coming out?
I think it was a deke.
Now he's going back in the dugout. But they're going to let Phil Koch, at this point it looks like they're going to let him pitch to Moore, or with the stall tactic by Kevin Cash, going to give somebody in the bullpen a few more pitches to warm up. Now they're going to check to see if he's ready. Whichever the 2 right-handers are going to pick. Mike Harkey picks up the phone, and they're going to ask, are they ready?
No, how much longer? So at this point, it looks like they'll keep in Koch. to face Melvin Mora, who's 3 for 3 tonight.
Throws over the first. There's another way to stall. Mora's about equally adept against left-handers and right-handers this year. Around the 250 mark, although he had the 3 hits off righties tonight, so that jumped up on the against right-handers. Another throw to first. There's a couple ways to signal from the bullpen. You saw the fall. There's also the visual. You'll see a bullpen coach occasionally signal with a hat that somebody's ready. Another throw to first. And all this might be giving Mariano Rivera time, because Mora is just 2 for 21 against Mariano Rivera. There's the call on the phone. It's like waiting on water to boil. Cash went out to talk to Coke again, and now here comes Joe Girardi.
And the pot just whistled. So there's a way to stall. All you have to do is throw over 100 times, and there's nothing they can do. It's within the rules of the game. So he's going to ask Mariano Rivera to get a 4-out save. Phil Coke departs. He served up a single out the body and then 2 fly balls to center. It'll be Mo against Mora when we get back. Stay right where you are.
Following him, the next batter is Robinson Cano, our second Land Rover driver of the game. And finally, 3 in a row as Melky Cabrera goes into the second deck. Those are our Land Rover drives of the game.
Well, the Yankees had a 5-0 lead after 3 innings, but the Orioles have chipped away. 2 runs in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. And now, here in the 8th inning, a runner at first base, Melvin Mora, who's 3 for 3 at the plate, so the Yankees bring in Mariano Rivera. And Mora 2 for 21 lifetime against Rivera. Pitch upstairs, 1-0. In Mo's last 4 games, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, did not allow a run. He has 7 saves so far, 2.76 ERA, 1 walk, 22 strikeouts. The 1-0. Cutter too far outside, 2-0. Those are the numbers against Rivera. Mora double to left in the 2nd, single to left and scored in the 4th, and then single to left and tried to turn it into a double in the 6th, gunned down by Johnny Damon on a throw to Cano. Ground ball up the middle. Jeter's there. He will flip to Cano, and they get the force at second base. As now, he is 2 for 22 against Mariano Rivera. We take it to the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees up by 2. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance.
Yeah, this is in the 6th inning with 1 out. Melvin Moore rips one down the line. He thinks he has a double. Johnny Damon has different ideas. Here's the throw to second. Melvin is, well, he's late. And it's going to be our Geico play of the game as Johnny Damon throws out Melvin Moore at second base. And in tight ball games, defensive plays can really come up big.
Here's Danny Baez on the mound against Mark Teixeira, and there's a strike. Teixeira 2 for 6 against Baez with 1 home run. Yankees leading 5-3, bottom of the 8th. Jeremy Guthrie finished up strong.
Baez has probably been the most effective Oriole pitcher out of the bullpen. You can tell by his numbers. 2.11 ERA, 17 strikeouts in 21 1/3 innings.
As Teixeira goes down on strikes.
Baez, who in his day with the Cleveland Indians was a closer for a while, was a starter, came to spring training. Orioles were thinking about using him in the starting rotation. Then they decided against that, put him in the bullpen. There's hints that he might become the closer eventually, but right now he's doing a good job in the role they're using him. Bouncing back from Tommy John surgery, missed all of last season.
Yeah, think about it, Kenny. If the Orioles don't contend, a guy like Baez could bring a big package back in return. A lot of teams will look for a pitcher like that.
Yeah, along the around the trade deadline, especially if he continues to pitch the way he is now. Yeah, you talk about all these pitchers. You had Chris Ray last night out of the Oriole bullpen, back from Tommy John surgery. You think the same thing for Baez. How many pitchers did we mention had Tommy John surgery? I wonder if there's a way to wrap that ligament even before you start pitching, so you make it stronger and it won't tear.
There's actually been some talk about it. It's called prophylactic surgery. You do it before time, it would actually make you throw hard, because sometimes after Tommy John surgery you throw harder.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. And Alex Rodriguez walks again, so he's been on base 3 times tonight and wrapped into a double play. So 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a 1-4-3 DP. That's going to bring up Matsui. And we said this earlier, and it really bears repeating. And maybe when Posada comes back, Posada could be the guy who hits behind Alex Rodriguez. But you've got to have somebody behind Rodriguez that will make the other team pay for pitching around him.
And what helps with Posada, he's a switch hitter.
Yes. Matsui tonight 0 for 3. And he's 3 for his last 17, so he's not making the teams pay for putting Alex on base.
So effectively you could surround A-Rod with a switch hitter in front of him and a switch hitter behind him.
Matsui 1 for 10 lifetime against Baez. And there he makes the pay by lining a base hit to right field. Hoping back base hit, but he'll take it. So a single for Matsui.
It's like, yeah, could have been a splitter. As you see the little tumble on that ball, but off the end of the bat, Matsui will take a new bat to the plate next time, but he'll take a fresh base hit here as he's going to chase A-Rod to second. Yankees have not exactly been pounding the ball outside of the home runs tonight. They've hit 3 homers, but they only have 6 hits in the game.
Pitch to Swisher is inside. Now, during the 7-game winning streak, the Yankees 19 for 59 with runners in scoring position coming into this game. Tonight, they're 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Now 2-0.
Now, Swisher hit the home run in the second inning. He drew a walk in the third, but when he flew out to right field in the sixth inning, he had another good swing. Two of the best he's had in a while. I told you he'd been slumping.
And the count 3-0. Jamie Walker,
Street.
one of the three left-handers in the Oriole bullpen.
The Yankees hitting with runners in scoring position, as you might expect during the streak, is improved.
20 for 62, 323. And a strike. A-Rod at second, Matsui is at first. And he walks Swisher to load the bases. Hey, if you're traveling and outside the Yankees' home territory, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. The ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer, as well as those you missed on demand. For more details, visit Yankees.com, where baseball is always on. Dave Tremblay's team has not played well in the late innings, and that's why they lose the games that they lose. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, will come out and talk.
I think I had mentioned last night they'd been outscored, and that didn't include last night's game. Well, now they've been outscored 99-70 in the last 3 innings of a game.
And they usually beat up on teams in the first inning. They scored the second most runs and have the biggest run differential, should I say, in the first inning at the Los Angeles Dodgers. A-Rod at third, Matsui at second. Swisher is at first. Robinson Cano is at the plate. That one is laced in the left field. It is a base hit. Matsui had a hold up. A-Rod will score. It's an RBI single for Cano. He's now picked up 3 ribbies on the night, and the Yankee lead is now 6-3.
It tells you a lot that it didn't bring in left-hander Jamie Walker to face Cano, because Baez has been pitching pretty well, but he gets this one out, up and out over the plate. Cano, as we mentioned all season long, he's been hitting line to line, and this is a line drive that's going to drop in front of Reimold in left field. Good hitting by Robinson Cano, and this is going to knock Baez out of the game.
Well, Baez, who'd been so good, averaging less than a 1 whip. Well, he leaves the bases loaded. He's given up 1 run, turns it over to Walker to face Cabrera. Stay tuned. you, the fans, and the two of us here in the booth.
Yankee starting pitcher Phil Hughes was outstanding. Career high tonight, 9 strikeouts. He's going to be our Chevy player of the game. Worked 5 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, those 9 Ks, only 1 walk. His fastball was electric, particularly in the early innings tonight. And Phil Hughes is our Chevy player of the game. You know, I was looking at the numbers. One reason why Dave Tremblay maybe did bring in Jamie Walker to face Robinson Cano. Cano is 6 for 13 against him with 2 home runs.
See Walker's numbers this year. 12 hits in 8 2/3. Hasn't walked a batter, though. And more than a strikeout per inning.
Got a pinch runner at third base. Romero Pena is running for Hideki Matsui.
Trying to get him home with a sac fly. And here's Melky Cabrera. Line drive, base hit to left field. Pena scores. Moving to third is Swisher. Cano to second. Cabrera an RBI single. Now the Yankees lead 7-3.
Well, here come those tack-on runs. First pitch that Walker throws, a high fastball from Melky Cabrera. Melky's a good low ball hitter, left-handed, and a high ball hitter, right-handed. And this one's up where he likes it, just about chest high, and he laces it into left field for a base hit. It's Melky's 10th multi-hit game of the season. He's driven in 2 runs tonight, and still the bases are loaded with just 1 out.
And here's Kevin Cash. Foul back. Before that base hit, Walker had stranded 9 of the 10 base runners that he had inherited. Now he allowed 1 of the 3 that he inherited to score. Cash 0 for 3 tonight.
There's a chance for some situational hitting by Kevin Cash. Tack on some final runs here.
High fly ball center field. Jones has a good arm. Tagging is Swisher. Catch is made. Here comes Swisher. Here's the throw. He's in there with a nice slide. And Moeller doesn't like the call. He said, I got him on the elbow. But a sac fly for Cash, and the Yankees lead 8-3.
We get another look. We talked about Jones's arm, and he had corks one in the direction of home plate. 1 hop. No, he didn't touch him. Didn't even touch him. And Swisher's going to score the Yankees' 8th run of the game. Even if he hit him with the elbow, he didn't tag him with the glove.
Chad's such a nice guy, and he just obviously told an untruth right there.
So we talked about situational hitting, and Cash got the job done.
Here's Jeter, first and second, now 2 outs. Pitch inside. Jeter's 0 for 4 tonight. Now, a lot of fans like to worry. They think of the worst possible scenario. Here's a negative. Mariano's been on the bench for a long time. Remember, he came in to get the final out of the 8th inning. Well, the top of the 8th ended at 9:19. It's 9:35 right now. And now Jonathan Albaladeo might pitch the 9th. Although Mo was in, it would be a save. He'd be taking a save away from Mo, but I don't think at this point Mo cares about saves, nor does Joe Girardi.
Albaladeo would not be warming up unless he was coming in the game. That's my feeling.
Well, as of this point, Mo's been sitting on that bench for 17 minutes. The guys and gals from Fleet Week, not much sitting. They've been locked into this game.
Looks like they got their landlines.
people in the seats behind them are just elated. Driven out to right field and deep. Markakis back. Track. Wall. He can't make the play. 1 run scores. Here comes Melky. Here's the throw. He's in there. It's a double for Jeter. 2 ribbies. He moves to third on the throw. And the Yankees now lead 10-3.
Second consecutive night, the Yankees have built a big inning late in the ball game and just kind of blow the game wide open. Markakis with a good effort. Ball off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Jeter's got a double, 2 RBIs. There's the hustling Melky Cabrera. Ball just over the outstretched glove. And Jeter's going to drive into 2 runners. So the bullpen again for Baltimore gives it up late in the ball game. And
Maybe approves.
Yeah, they do. Almost to see you.
SEA.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny Damon as the Yankees bat around. He's still looking for a hit tonight. Pitch outside. Johnny has a 4-game hitting streak riding on this. Walked in the first. Fly ball to left. Line to second. Fly ball to center. And the Orioles' late inning woes continue. This is the first time this year that the Yankees have scored 9 or more runs in back-to-back games. Strike.
And they have batted around here in the 8th inning.
Count 2-2. Back ground ball to short, and Dino bobbles. Damon safe. Jeter scores. It's 11-3 Yanks. And Dino's had a rough couple of games here at shortstop.
I believe that's going to be E6 that allows Jeter to score, and Damon reached safely at first. There's the bobble. You're right, Michael. That's the juggle's going to cost him a chance at getting the hustling Johnny Damon.
No RBI for Damon. And now Mark Teixeira will step in. Teixeira started the inning innocently enough with a strikeout against Danny's Baez. Now he spins around to the right side. And a strike. Teixeira got the Yankees on the board and they never looked back. An RBI double, driving in Damon in the first inning. That ground ball was inexplicably ruled a base hit. Wow. Jordan Spreckman is the official scorer. That's hard to believe. I'm not trying to take a base hit away from Johnny Damon.
No, I'm not either, but this is the big leagues. You got to make those plays.
You have to make that play in the Little League. Tap back to the mound. Walker fields, and he will gun down Teixeira, who was 0 for 2 in the inning. But the Yankees put up a 6 spot. 4 hits, and 1 man left. We go to the 9th.
legendary Paul Simon sits down for an all-new Center Stage hosted by Michael Caine. The singer-songwriter looks back on his career, including his days growing up in New York and meeting Joe DiMaggio. Center Stage Paul Simon premieres tonight after the postgame, only on Yes. And he played?
He played. I'll tell you what, Kenny, I'm not going to tell anybody to watch a show that I didn't think was good. I was sitting there, I couldn't believe I was talking to Paul Simon that close, and he told such great stories. So if you have the time, if you want to set your DVR, he was outstanding. He really was. Mo is out there to try to close this out. By the way, Jordan Spreckman actually changed it to an E6, so Johnny Damon does not have a hitting streak, and he does not have an RBI, but that's the right call. I mean, you really have to respect the game, and that's a play that should be made. Foul back.
So Mariano, you see Barreau is taking over to third base. So Mariano's going to stay in there and try and pick up the save. He's got more saves against Baltimore than any other team. He's wants to tack on another one. It would be his second this year and the 56th of his career against the Baltimore Orioles.
Now, just looking at this, Mariano doesn't need any more saves. If his career ended at this precise second, 5 years from now he's going to be in Cooperstown. I mean, his resume is full. So you wonder, as he grounds right back to Rivera, does Wigington, one away, why is he in there? He doesn't need the save. The Yankees are up by 8 runs, and this way you save bullets out of his arm.
This would be career number 490. That's a nice round number.
I guess he can get it tomorrow, but now he might not be able to pitch tomorrow.
Well, you know, they asked him. You know what I mean? They asked him, can you go in? And he said he feels fine. And, of course, he's always been athletic, like another infielder out there, and makes the play on Wigington.
Here's Reimold.
I'm sure they gave him the option.
Yeah, but I don't even think you give him the option. Of course he's going to say he wants to go out there because he's Mariano. But isn't it better he just threw the couple of pitches in the 8th inning and then you save the bullets? I mean, he is 39.
Gee, I wish I was 39 again.
So do I.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a very economical inning. It will have no impact whatsoever in pitching tomorrow. And the 0-2. Drilled deep to center field. Melky Cabrera back on the track at the wall. See ya! Home run into Monument Park. And that's Reimold's first big league home run. And he gets it against a quality name, Mariano Rivera, as the Yankee lead is now 11-4.
Well, this is something he's going to remember forever. A cutter in the middle of the plate, and Mariano has that feeling. Reimold's first major league homer. Straightaway center at the new Yankee Stadium.
Chad Moeller fouls it away. They'll probably be able to get that ball for him because it landed in Monument Park. He will always remember that. Pretty special landing place as well. Lined into center field. Melky Cabrera comes on and makes the play. And the O's are down to their final out. Speaking of final outs, after the final out, don't miss the Emmy Award-winning W.B. Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz is standing by in the studio to recap this game against the Orioles, as well as highlights from all around the major leagues. Plus, Kimberly Jones has the quotes from the clubhouse. It's the W.B. Mason postgame, and it's only on Yes. Robert Andino grounds one right back to Mo. And he puts it away for the final out. And the Yankees have won this game 11-4, and they now have an 8-game winning streak. And that matches the Yankees' longest win streak from last year. They are also a season-high 6 games.